Sorry guys, I'm late. This stream, yeah, it started late because I had to do some things. For the very first time, Michael delayed the stream. I'm surprised Tim started it on time. Like I just got here and came in frame.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so. So welcome back to the Skyxx148 Podcast. As you can tell with these oversized Santa hats on our heads, it's Christmas time.
It is Christmas time.
Christmas is here
here.
again.
Sorry.
Yeah. So if you'd like to follow me on socials, it's Skyxx148 on Instagram, Twitter, and this YouTube channel that you're watching it on.
Why not just scroll down and press subscribe while you're on the YouTube channel? That's the easiest way.
Yeah, you should. I'm only about 99,800 away from 100K plaque. If we can make that happen by the end of the year, that'd be amazing. Imagine I have a silver play button on my wall back there. Skyxx148 on it.
Skyxx148.
Hey, or I know a YouTuber who is going to hit 100K. What if I get him to buy me a replacement with my name on it? Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be dope.
That would be nice. While we're talking, this isn't the Hamilton podcast, so shut up. Anyways, so what is recent with your life, Tim? What have you done since the last podcast?
Work, school, lots of schoolwork,
Boring.
lots of schoolwork.
Boring.
Went to Six Flags, but more on that later. But other than that, pretty normal week for me.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. I did schoolwork for about half the podcast. And that, or no, I did work for half of the week.
Podcast.
And then I went on break, school break, because I did work. Oh my god, why are my words so out of place? I did some
on another
work,
note, I
now
did
I got
start watching
free time.
The Mandalorian.
Oh, did you now?
I did.
Oh, you did. Well, more on that later. Tim, we're trying to have a well-structured podcast.
That did not sound like a well-structured sentence to me.
Oh, shut up, man. We're trying to have a well-structured podcast, and if you keep bringing up topics that are in later segments,
man, I'm just trying. You see, structure also involves transitions, and sometimes when you use a transition, it makes it sound a lot more fluent. Unless somebody doesn't like transitions, apparently, someone just likes to be blunt and bold and to the point.
I mean, yeah. I mean, transitions are nice too. So we're transitioning on to what's new. Our next podcast segment.
You just asked me what was new in my life.
I already asked you that.
Exactly, you just did, and then you just told me the new segment is called "What's New." So I was mentioning some of the.
Read our agenda. This segment is called "What's New."
I'm right on it. I'm looking at it, man. You just asked me the same question twice and got mad when I gave you a response to the first one.
No, oh my god, no. It's the first one is what's recent in our lives. The next is what's new, as in what's new, what's happened this week, what have we done, what topics did we forget last week?
Man, you're like an English teacher out here trying to make me answer the same question 17 different times.
Actually, I'm interested in psychology, so that's not up my alley whatsoever. So, anyway, like Tim said, he's been watching The Mandalorian, and I've been watching The Mandalorian. I binge watched the whole first season a little bit ago, and now I've been watching chapter 2. Wait, not chapter. No, what am I saying? Season 2. Every week of it coming out, and it's been very hype. So, Tim, what's your thoughts? How is it so far?
It's pretty good. I like the filming style. Everything is really nice about it. It's really easy to follow characters and plot if you get into it enough. My favorite character so far, Baby Yoda. I mean, it's just adorable, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, Mando. He's a beast.
Oh, really? I didn't know. Oh, is that it? Nothing else?
Yeah, that's my.
Have you gotten to the second season yet?
No.
That sucks.
Yeah.
You said you had 7 episodes left. You sure you didn't get to like the first or the end of the
Nope.
first season?
I didn't make it there.
Disappointing.
You got
Anyway,
other stuff to do, man.
so the next thing is something I didn't do because I ran out of time. Tim watched High School
And you
Musical.
just yelled at me for not watching Mandalorian. Yeah, okay, pal.
Well, you gotta watch it by Friday because that's when the last episode comes out, and then you'll be out of the loop.
Oh well, I've been out of the loop for over a year now. Anyway.
Yeah, very true. At least you weren't in the Baby Yoda Facebook group times. I got banned because I said that they probably shouldn't be expressing political views through Baby Yoda. They just put a trans hat on Baby Yoda, and they said Baby Yoda supports trans rights.
Oh, that's interesting. I
Very interesting.
not quite sure why Baby Yoda has to come into that.
I mean, I'm not discrediting that. I'm just saying don't involve politics with something that doesn't involve politics.
Exactly.
I'm sure someone could break it down to Star Wars. Star Wars has politics, government, and the Empire, but that's not the United States politics. So
Right. That's not modern day current United States
get off
2020.
your high horse. So yeah. Anyway, something I didn't do: watch High School Musical, the musical, the series, the holiday special. Ran out of time. So Tim, you want to give us thoughts and why I should watch it?
I thought it was solid. It was a little bit cheesy. It was more focused on the actors, not the characters, them and their past. Each one had a performance, and there were some solid performances, but overall, it was just kind of like there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
And why should I watch it?
I mean, if you're just looking for some variety on just hear some different take on some Christmas music and get to know some interesting people a little bit better, and maybe watch season 2 afterward. You know?
Is that out yet?
No, not till like January, I think.
Damn. Well, I did watch the first season, and it was okay. It's just a Disney show.
Yeah,
You can
right.
only expect so much.
I was a fan of it. First season, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good, pretty good. Next thing. So thoughts on the recent content revealed by Disney Plus.
It's a lot. I mean, I didn't know about it when it was first coming out, when it was first getting revealed, but I was on IGN's YouTube channel and I was scrolling through there and I'm like, man, does it ever end? There's just show after show after show, Star Wars, there's Marvel, there's just all this stuff. And it's like, holy cow, like they're dropping that bomb quick.
Yeah, and the sad part about it is we're gonna have to wait probably many years in between all those because they're not gonna drop 5 shows at once because
Right,
obviously we'd be getting too much bang for our buck with the subscription. And of course they want to tease us like that.
right.
Anyway, but personally I'm the most excited for Ahsoka. Ahsoka, orange and white horns, white lightsabers,
Like
orange
the
skin.
cartoon one?
No, like the live action one that was in Mandalorian. You wouldn't understand because you haven't watched that episode yet.
No.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't even know who Ahsoka is. I mean,
Nope.
she is a popular character in the Star Wars universe.
Gotcha.
I would say within top 10, without a doubt, without a
Top
shadow
10.
of a doubt. Yeah. So, next thing, Six Flags Holiday in the Park. So, me and Tim actually went last Saturday, and it was a blast. It was so much fun. And I know I've been talking about it and expectations and all that kind of stuff. But what was your thoughts, Tim?
Uh I enjoyed it. I thought that they did a really good job with everything, considering all the restrictions and guidelines they had to be placed under and what they had to abide by and all that. Uh, COVID precautions were pretty good. I didn't feel like I saw anything that was like, oh boy, better stay away from that. Like I felt like everybody was doing a pretty good job with all that stuff.
Hmm.
The shows were like surprisingly good considering they were all in an outside environment. They were all kind of tossed together within a short amount of time, maybe not knowing how soon they'd be able to open. So yeah, pretty solid.
For sure, for sure. And yeah, that's what I've been saying. But me and Tim had a good time. So much so, we've had so much funny stories, and specifically one. All right, who should tell this? Who's gonna be the funniest here?
Which story are we talking about here, Michael? Let's just
You know,
clarify.
the stick,
The stick.
my
I
big
think
stick.
I think that since this was your interaction, I think we just got to hear it from your perspective, man.
All right, all right. So we were watching this show called The Mistletones, which is a group of a cappella singers. They were good, and of course they got to throw in some promotional material and get people to buy crap. So this one girl was going on a pre-thought out lecture on s'mores, and then she specifically pointed me out for my s'more stick. And you know what I did? I raised it in the air and said, "It's a big stick." Yeah, and everyone started laughing and cracking up. And Tim didn't want to be there anymore yet. I
No,
kept him there. No,
not just us or not just the guests, but some of the performers as well.
it was a 50-50. Three of them were laughing, and three of them were like, "Oh boy, that just happened."
Yeah.
Also, since we have plans for Wednesday next week, I'm thinking we should go back to the Mistletones with another s'more stick and
We
just
should both bring a s'more stick.
start banging it after every song.
Yeah.
And then when she goes on her s'mores rant again, go woo!
Get the s'more stick in the air.
Oh yeah, oh
We
yeah.
have to continue the trilogy here. Not quite a trilogy, but a duology.
Yeah, and speaking of that, since we're going next Wednesday, this podcast is going to have to be moved, so it will no longer be at our normal time, 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Nope,
No,
because we'll
sir.
be at Six Flags.
Yes, and no, we're not streaming. We might take some pictures, but we're not streaming because we want to enjoy it, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but
Live in the moment.
anyway, while we're here, let's take the moment to actually think about that. What time shall our podcast be that day?
On that day, Wednesday, December 23rd, I believe that our podcast should be at 1 p.m.
One? Are you sure about that? Because our podcast runs for an hour, which means you'd end by 2. A little more.
What are you thinking? Earlier? Later?
I'm thinking like 10, 11, 12, somewhere in that range.
I'm thinking everybody that tunes into the podcast should cast their opinions
For
on
sure.
what time they would be able to tune into the broadcast. So anybody that is here and watching right now, if you are interested in tuning into our podcast next Wednesday, December 23rd, drop a time in the chat that you'd be available to watch it. What works for you
Nothing
guys?
past 1 o'clock, please.
Nothing past 1 o'clock.
Yep. Because I gotta shower and do my own stuff before going. Yeah. I mean, there's not much to add there. I mean, the weather was good. Oh no, more stories and events. All right,
We
Tim.
could go all night, ladies and gentlemen. We could go all night.
I mean, you could talk about whatever ones you want that happened. Whether it's the ice, I mean, the after hours, the ripping of the stick. I mean, do you want to go in with anything?
You want to hear a story?
Yeah, I do. Go.
So we're standing outside of, Holidays Bake Me Crazy, getting
Oh,
ready
we
to go
were.
to the show. And
were.
it wasn't open yet. The seating wasn't open. So we were just standing there. And Michael had a little cup of ice and he dumped a few pieces of ice on his head. And I was like, well, that must be cold. Ha ha ha. Very funny, whatever. And then he goes, here, hold this. I got to get something out of my bag. And he hands me his cup filled with water and ice. And I'm just holding it there. And then I pretend to go at him. And he goes, do it. You won't. And then I pretend to do it again. But there was a problem with that. I was a really bad pretender because that ice came flying out of the cup and just went all over Michael and landed on him, fell onto the floor, and apparently there was a piece of ice that stayed in his bag all the way up until he got home later and pulled it out.
Very
So,
true. And then
so
I
we were,
took it out and threw it on the floor, so it just defrosted on my floor.
you should have kept that in the freezer forever, man.
Oh my god, yeah. Hey, we could do it again, all right? Sounds good. I'll let you dump
Somebody likes being wet.
insert an appropriate joke here. So
Anyway,
we have one vote for 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock p.m. One vote.
Yes, one vote for 12 and one vote for hello.
I like that answer.
Very much so. I think he said something about Krydos too.
Krydos.
Krydos. Kratos.
Oh, Krytos. You heard that song, bro? I forgot what the actual words are. That's just a melody.
No.
Some like Japanese song, man.
Yeah. No, haven't heard of it. Anyway, so I got one more story unless Tim wants to share more.
I'm gonna let you take the wheel on this one.
It was 8:55, and we were at 8:55. The park closes at 9. For context, and we were at the front of the park after watching a show. I mean, we decided we wanted to go for a walk instead of just leaving the park. So
we turned around.
Yeah, we just turned around and walked the whole park and got out of there by 9:25. Tim had some funny antics to go around, and before that with the falling and the eating peppermint.
Oh yeah, I decided to get on the ground and lick underneath the peppermint bridge and find out if indeed it tastes like peppermint, and it did not. By the way, I will let you know all COVID precautions were followed during this experiment. I did not come in contact with anybody within 6 feet. My mask was on up until I hit the floor.
Yep, and for legal reasons, we are not posting the video.
No.
Yeah, anyway, it was fun. No one stopped us at all, and we just walked. And I think we should do it again.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Except this time we need to wait until 8:59.
Yeah. And go slower. So you want to leave the park by 10 o'clock?
Oh yeah, 10 p.m.
My lord.
10 p.m. dispatch.
and since that I'm seeing you on Wednesday now, we could pick up a certain pop figure on that day.
Pot figure.
Yeah, to match your Joker.
Yeah, possibly.
Without a doubt.
If that's the day that you think it's gonna work.
Yeah, because there's no point in me buying it on Saturday and then bringing it to you when I could just buy it for you and then you can hold it all night.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you're going to be doing it no matter what, and hopefully by then we'll have your Sweeney Todd playbill as well.
Hopefully, man.
Listen, I'm trying, man. I don't want to wait in a long line.
Obviously not.
No, not at all. Obviously not. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. Something.
I don't even know the words to that song, man.
No, man. What's Hamilton?
What even is Hamilton, man?
Good question. I'll get what is Hamilton for 500.
All right, let's hear it.
Speaking of Hamilton, they also had Jeopardy or Jeopardy segment with questions.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
For sure. Oh, and back to the Six Flags things. I have a good idea for a new guest, hopefully.
Ooh.
What if we can get Mr. Theme Park Evaluator on here?
Ooh. Mr. Theme Park Evaluator himself joining the podcast?
Yes, I mean, it's not a bad idea.
Could be in the works.
I'll have to send a quick little message and see what's up.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry you didn't get tagged in this post. Because every time he goes to Six Flags, he posts and he tags everyone he sees. And you were there, but you weren't tagged.
Gotcha. My name was just on there?
Yeah, just Timothy.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes people have a difficult name tagging my name, or a difficult time tagging my name, that is. But, stuff happens.
Stuff does happen. Shit happens. And in life, we just suck it up and go along. Anyway, next.
That's how it goes, man. That's just how it goes.
Yeah. Anyway, the wind blows. For our singing parts, I decided to order myself a new mic on Amazon. So hopefully that will be coming. Well, not hopefully. It is coming before the next podcast. So the next podcast, I can not have this with my horrible audio because I don't sound the best. So
Right.
I'll have a mic right here, and I can just be like, "Hey, what's up, man?" That kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Tickle the mic for some ASMR. Hey, Tim, you want to do an ASMR segment?
I'll pass on that.
We'll find the cheapest person on Fiverr to hire to help us with it. Yo, man, we should also go on Fiverr and hire a gamer girl.
A gamer girl. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it shouldn't be too bad. So, Tim, any plans for the holidays? Or will you be home for the holidays?
I'm just going to be at my house pretty much.
Sucks, man.
Yeah.
I
Pretty much.
will be doing stuff on Christmas Eve, like sitting home, drinking not cocoa because I don't like cocoa, roasting s'mores on my oven because I do not have a fireplace. What other holiday traditions? I will be shaking all my gifts to see what the hell I have. Although,
Shaking your gifts?
yeah, it's probably just going to be underwear and socks with a little charcoal mixed in. Yeah.
I mean, Santa Claus doesn't like you this year, does he?
No, he doesn't. It's because I refuse to see him at Holiday in the Park.
Line's too long, man.
Yeah, and because I just don't want to see him.
Yeah. But we're going to stick with the excuse that the line is too long.
Yeah, when we could just easily go back there right when the park opens and see him, but nah, I'm good, bro. Yeah, so, yeah, Christmas Eve, doing random crap. In actuality, I'll probably just watch a movie and play my Planet Coaster game and build a holiday coaster. Maybe have a challenge with Tim. Let's do it. A Christmas coaster, and we can have like the festive buildings all around. See how. Ooh,
competition to be held.
You know what?
December 24th p.m.
You know what? We should do after this podcast. Create a holiday coaster, and have it presented for next podcast episode.
Bet.
Because you know what? I'm not going to give away my ideas for obvious reasons, but
right.
Yeah. Anyway, so Christmas Eve, I'm going to go to some families later. I'm just going to speed this up because this is already taking a little too long. On Christmas Day, I'm going to go spend time with my sister, probably see my grandma for a little bit. Yeah, that's about it. And hopefully if I get any new games or new crap, I'll be able to just have fun with that. I'm hoping for Cyberpunk 2077. I don't know, they're both crap.
Yeah.
That game looks so fun.
It truly does.
But they've had so much issues with graphics on Xbox One and PS4. So glad I don't have one of those anymore.
Upgrade.
Xbox Series X Flex. It's okay, Tim. I'm sure you'll get better frame rates than me and your gaming laptop.
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, who knows? So how's the lawsuits with Mr. Trump going? I think they're terrible. They're being dismissed, which, I mean, of course it's bad for Trump's case. We're probably not going to get Trump as a president, but I guess that's something we have to accept and cry over.
If you feel so inclined to, yes.
Yeah, I'm going to go cry in my bed, cry myself to sleep about that tonight.
Of course, of course.
Well, yes, of course. And there's nothing much we could say about it. I hope Biden's okay. I hope he doesn't get impeached or he doesn't die or anything of that nature, because then we'll have Kamala Harris, a socialist president, and then we're all screwed.
Exactly.
She's the real racist here.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So the vaccines they've been releasing, the Pfizer vaccine, that already sounds like a big media conglomerate that's going to screw us over.
Yeah.
But I've been hearing that it makes people feel like crap, and it completely makes people feel like shit, and it's not good.
Here's the deal. We're having a vaccine coming out that has a 60 to 90% effective rate, right? Well, we're dealing with a virus that has a 99% mortality rate. I mean, obviously the number could potentially be a little bit lower, but the percentage of survival on coronavirus is higher than the effective rate on the vaccine. And everybody's acting like this vaccine is going to come around and save us, but it just doesn't seem like that's going to be the case.
I saw some sort of tweet where this dude posted all the death tolls yearly for like 10 years, and they were all around the 2.5 million.
Yeah.
Or billion, I don't know what it was. Around that idea or that zone, and he's like, what's the issue? It's the same amount of deaths we've been having.
Right.
It's just a stunt to control us.
Absolutely.
Beyond a shadow of a doubt. How accessible should this vaccine be, deemed that it actually helps some people?
I mean, if it does get improved to the point where it's an extremely effective vaccine and it's going to help the majority of the population, I think that if you have tested positive for coronavirus and you're experiencing symptoms, you could take the vaccine, right? And that kind of helps.
Mm-hmm.
Or do you think it should just be freely spread for anybody to take as a preventative factor? Or I don't know, man.
Well, I mean, we'll break it down here. Who do you think should get it first? I believe it's healthcare workers and the people that are actually giving out the vaccine.
Gotcha, because they're in the danger zone.
Yeah, second on the list would be, I don't know, maybe like fire departments, like first responders that
right,
that
people
are
that are going to be heading into situations.
And then after that, what else would be essential? I don't know. I mean, maybe teachers. I mean, I would like to stay at remote learning because I'm more effective during remote learning. So for a chance to actually pass school, I would like to stay remote. Even though I'm barely learning crap, it's okay. So
yeah, as long as you're getting them grades, right?
Mm-hmm. As long as I'm getting the passing grades, my driver's license, all that good crap. Yeah. Anything else you want to add?
Not really.
I would like to add that this hat is getting itchy.
It is getting a little itchy. It's getting a little hot as well.
Very much so. You know what? After our next performance segment, how about we just take these off, you know?
Yes.
Just chill out.
No more donning the holiday spirit. We all get the point.
We have the holiday spirit, but next episode is right by Christmas. So oh my, wait, are you actually like doing anything, going anywhere on Christmas?
I am not sure, man.
I mean, if you want to look into that, maybe we should record a podcast on Christmas.
Ooh.
I mean, I don't want to take your time on Christmas, but if we both got time, then it could be something to look into.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, of course, I got that video planned for us to edit and all that.
Obviously.
Yeah, me. Yeah, so next thing, we have our performance segment. I originally wrote that me and Tim were going to sing a solo that's Christmas themed. But no, we will be singing Um, a duet from the show, from Wonderland, the show. So, do we have a backing track or anything, or are we just gonna go?
I think we're just gonna go.
All right. I'm gonna check a message I got right here.
All right.
Rip.
Okay. Are you gonna kick it off?
I mean, since I have the first line.
Let's get it.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight. Walking in a winter wonderland.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful.
I love a mashup.
And the fire is so delightful. And since there's no place to go,
Nowhere to go.
let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. In the meadow, we can build a snowman.
Oh man.
And pretend that he is Parson Brown.
He'll say, are you married? We'll say,
no man,
but
you
but
can
you
do
can
the
do the
job
job
when
when
you're
you're
in
in
town.
town. When we finally kiss goodnight.
How I hate going out in the storm.
I know, but if you really hold me tight,
So tight.
all the way home I'll be warm. Later on, we'll conspire.
Ooh.
We'll
Sugar
conspire as we
plums
drink
by
by
the
the
fire.
fire.
To face unafraid the plans that we made.
Walking in a winter wonderland. Let it snow. Walking
Walking in a
in a
winter
winter
let it snow.
wonderland.
Walking
Beer,
in a
pretty, pretty
winter
wonderland.
wonderland. Christmas hat is off.
That was scuffed. We're good though.
Yes, we are. The ginger is back.
Oh God. You know what sucks is even when I take my Santa hat off, I'm still in the holiday spirit. Gingerbread.
Stacking the dough.
I'm gonna make some gingerbread for my holiday parties. AKA just take a regular piece of wheat bread and rub it on my head.
The fact that you specifically mentioned that it was a regular piece of wheat bread really just authenticizes the story for me.
We could do rye or sourdough. I mean, if it adds a little extra texture.
I mean, really, are you looking for some spicy flavor here, or more of a calm, subduing flavor? I mean, what type of gingerbread do you like, man?
I have no clue. Is it weird though that I genuinely dislike gingerbread just slightly?
Really? I mean, I'm not a huge fan of it. It doesn't taste all that great.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. What is your favorite holiday food? Mine is definitely not candy corn.
Candy corn's more of a Halloween thing, though. Mine is candy cane.
Oh wait, I swear to God, I've seen candy cane at holiday parties before that I've been to.
Candy cane is my favorite.
I have to agree. Have you tried the Walmart candy canes that's like rotisserie chicken and mac and cheese?
No.
Yeah, they exist supposedly.
What? Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh.
How the hell are you gonna get a mac and cheese and rotisserie chicken flavor onto a candy cane?
That is terrible.
And still have it be sweet and sugary.
I don't think it is. I think it's probably a savory. That just defeats the whole purpose. Why do you even call it a candy cane then? What's the point of shaping it like a candy cane if it doesn't taste like a candy cane? Just create a bar and just call it the rotisserie chicken and mac and cheese bar. Oh, cool, new snack. Don't try putting it on a candy cane and then labeling it flavored candy cane when it's clearly not anything like the traditional candy cane. I mean, come on, people. You're killing me here. Sorry, am I talking too loud? Sometimes I get overexcited and shoot off at the mouth.
I know you've never had a group of friends before, but I promise that we'll make you proud.
Hey, watch your mouth.
Hey, it's a holiday. I got hose on hose, and I'm out of
man, yeah, I kind of despise that song at the moment.
Okay, weirdly enough, I don't know about you. I've seen that song so much on TikTok. It's used every single time I open my For You page.
Yeah,
But I actually listened to it, and I think it slaps.
it's all right. I'm not a huge fan of it because
Understandable.
it's overused and it just kind of repetitive, you know?
Yeah, but I thought it slapped, and it got stuck in my head. Also, I don't know what the artist's name is, but Deep End. It's a TikTok song. It's like, I don't wanna go off the deep end,
Oh yeah,
and like when the one person raps, my body different, that kind of thing.
yeah.
That was also a decent song that I liked, but yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, man. So without a shadow of a doubt, let's switch and transition into what's on our thumbnail.
Ooh, the main topic has come.
Yes, the main topic
So,
has.
so essentially, we both selected a Christmas movie that happens to be our favorite Christmas movie, and we decided that we are going to be talking about that film and just telling you guys about it, what we like about it, what we might not necessarily like about it, just some things. I noticed Michael has a concern here. He may be trying to inform me that it is not his favorite Christmas film
Very
and that
correct.
it's just a film that he chose for this occasion. But you get the gist of the idea. This is what we're
Yeah.
doing.
Actually, I chose this for a film club that I blew off today because I was busy. Yeah. Well, there's nothing much to do about it. But my teacher did post. He only had like 3 slides, so a
Dang.
little depressing. We should have been there, but
We would
got
have saved
crunched.
it, man. We would have saved it.
Got crunched for work. No, but now that one girl's slide is looking the best.
Yikes.
Yeah. You know, she's very much so like you, but she just never stops. She never stops talking. You have
Man, the bitch is nonstop.
that is some good stuff.
Absolutely.
Very funny. Anyway, so who shall go first here? I have myself written first, but if you would like to step up to the plate, then
I'm a
be
true
our
believer
guest.
in chronological order, so I believe you should go first.
Fuck. So my movie, if you couldn't tell from the thumbnail, well, actually don't exactly know, was Nightmare Before Christmas. It was a movie musical by Tim Burton, and I don't know the year that it came out. I think it was 1996. I couldn't be too sure, but
I
it
believe
was
that
it was a
is
stop
close.
motion animation.
1993.
1993. Yeah, I remember that. So yeah, it was a stop motion animation, and they filmed it over the course of 18 months, I believe. I believe with the Tim Burton stop motion animation work, they have like physical puppets that they can move around and hundreds of faces to change the positions, and it's really good. It adds it to a very awesome artistic style.
Very true. That is Tim Burton right there for you.
Yeah, and I even saw some Beetlejuice snakes around. It was pretty decent, and I'm running out of things to talk about. Let's look at my agenda here. So it was a musical, and I wouldn't say it's my favorite kind of musical. I mean, the opening number, um, This Is Halloween. That's a slap. It slaps. It's a banger. But I don't know. All the other music kind of just falls flat to me because they all seem like this big number where Jack talks about his aspirations and just it sounds like the stereotypical musical theater number, but there isn't much variety. It's all kind of the same number. It's
Right.
like reprise after reprise, which isn't it's not my favorite, but I mean, it's okay. I think they could have done without any music besides the opening number easily, but Jack the Pumpkin King was a great character. I could see this being on Broadway if I'm being honest. They could pull it off.
Absolutely.
Because like how Beetlejuice begins with the classic daylight come, everyone go home kind of thing. Imagine, right? You're just sitting in the theater you see the curtain or whatever for Halloween Town, and then you start hearing the drums go, and then it's like boys and girls of. I mean, I don't know. It would be a cool experience that would just give you kind of chills.
Yeah.
And what would be more awesome is if we kick the music band out of the Winter Garden and get it back at get the show to the Winter Garden and have like Alex Brightman play the mayor or some kind of big character. Oh, or Oogie Boogie. I could see that happening.
Possibly, yeah.
Although, I don't know, have you seen Nightmare Before Christmas? Maybe you can add on here with your Broadway knowledge.
This is a Broadway production?
No. The movie, no. But I'm saying if this was a future Broadway production.
Oh,
What
yeah,
could
they
you
could
see?
pull it off. Obviously, it would be difficult to maintain necessarily the Tim Burton style behind it because that's just something that can't be matched necessarily through a live performance, but they could definitely maintain characters and plot and all that.
Beetlejuice. That's your proof that they could do it. I think they would bring back those set designers and all that for it, which could be a major vibe.
Absolutely.
What else? If they were to make it into a Broadway adaptation, I would definitely want to see like a more fleshed out Jack storyline. Maybe like previous scenes of other Halloween towns, or like other Halloweens where he was this kind of character, but then slowly fell out of it. Maybe a little backstory to Santa. Definitely more backstory to Oogie Boogie. Sally, I would love to see their relationship a little more blossomed in a Broadway adaptation because she's just kind of like a very much so side character in the movie. And I mean, the love interest part is it's there, but it doesn't develop. They just kiss at the end.
Right.
Not at all. I mean, I don't think it sets up the love part very well because we didn't get any kind of notation that Sally remotely was interested in Jack from the beginning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just kind of there.
Themes wise, I don't think this movie had very much themes. No, if it had a theme, it would be pretty bad because it would pretty much be like, stick to what you're doing and don't change or else it's going to fail.
Yeah.
Although in real life, you do want to change it up because that could lead to some good.
Yeah, man. I mean, the definition of insanity is trying the same thing over and over again, but expecting a different result.
Very true. Very true. Characters, we had Jack Skellington, of course, played by Danny Elfman, which I was surprised because that is a composer and not a voice actor. Sally, played by Catherine O'Hara, who was Delia in Beetlejuice, and I think some other names from previous Tim Burton movies, but I can't name them off the top of my head because this movie wasn't necessarily my forte. Tim, you Googling that?
Googling what?
Who's in the movie?
Do you want me to
read some stuff? No, I just thought you were.
No.
Alright, I'm going to speed it up a little more so we can get to Tim's segment and he can take up another 10 minutes. So relevancy. I think this is very relevant. They have the characters in the parks. I mean, I always see it every Christmas and Halloween. It's very good for a Halloween movie and Christmas movie. I would rate this movie in a 7.5 out of 10. If I had to be honest. Would I recommend it? Of course I would recommend it because if you're a fan of Tim Burton and Tim Burton's work, then this will truly be for you. So that was my movie review, and I had a lot to say. Hopefully we'll hear the same thing from Tim here.
Shocking transition, though. That was more of a serious analysis of a more serious, darker tone movie, The Nightmare Before Christmas. Now I chose the movie Christmas Vacation. Comedy movie. Polar opposite of Nightmare Before Christmas, which is what Michael was just discussing for us. So, comedy movie, obviously, there's a lot of laughs. It's not necessarily going to be like something that's serious. That's going to be like, oh my gosh, like obviously you're going to feel the feels sometimes, but it's not going to be like crazy. You know what I mean? So Chevy Clark, he's the main Clark Griswold. Um, that's the only name that I really know that's in it. But basically, the plot of the movie is that the Griswold family decides that they're going to have all the family over for Christmas. And the family does not necessarily get along so well. And essentially, it's just the adventures of this family trying to keep their Christmas together through all these spontaneous, hilarious events that happen to them in very unfortunate situations over and over and over again, multiple times in a row. And it's just hilarious to watch. Some of the themes that you could find in the movie are basically enjoy the time you have with your family while you can have it, because even though it might seem like hell in the moment, you're going to miss that time later. And basically, it's just the story of Clark trying to find what is the meaning of Christmas. What can I do for people so that I can truly enjoy myself? I guess that would be a theme you could find in it. Character wise, he was just hilarious, man. He was probably one of the best. I mean, if you want to break it down real deep and talk about dynamic characters, the most
Go ahead.
dynamic character would be his boss, because throughout the entire time, his boss just disrespects him and whatever. And by the end of the movie, he actually ends up granting him a full Christmas bonus plus a fifth of it. And it's just a complete dynamic change because he himself realizes the meaning of Christmas through Chevy Chase. So that is really cool to see, because it's like everything was leading up to that moment. It was just like the climax of the film at the end. I mean, artistic elements. Honestly, my favorite thing artistically that they did with this movie is it was just continually flowing. It didn't really feel like there were any slow points. There was always a new event going on. It did a really good job of continuing multiple stories at the same time and kind of switching back to them when need be. And then when it was a more important scene, it would mainly focus on that. And there were a bunch of little side characters that would appear multiple times throughout the film, and they wouldn't necessarily be prominent, but they'd be good for a laugh every once in a while. For instance, his next door neighbors. But yeah, overall, it was really good. My dad showed me it for the first time like 3 years ago now, and I thought it was pretty funny, and I do enjoy it. So
Yeah.
the reason why I chose it is because it's my new favorite Christmas movie. Um, if you do watch it, you do enjoy it. Another similar movie that's a Christmas comedy is called Christmas with the Cranks, and it's kind of a similar feel to it, with everything going wrong right before Christmas, and they're just scrambling to get it together, and unfortunate things just keep happening. But so yeah, comedy Christmas, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I heard
So
you say something about.
would I recommend this?
Sorry about that.
Absolutely. I mean, why would I sit here and talk about all the things I love about it if I wouldn't recommend it? Um, I'd recommend it to just about anybody. It does have some small use of language in it and some like adult themes, here and there, but yeah, if you're understanding of what your kids' content viewership should be, then you can go ahead and sit down on the couch with them and let them see it. But you know, I would recommend it to all ages because it's okay. They're gonna learn eventually, right?
Yeah.
Uh, so rating wise, I give it a 10. Honestly, another thing that I didn't mention about this is that the acting is really good. Like, it feels like this stuff is actually happening to these characters, and this is actually how they would react if this happened. It's really funny, and specifically Chevy Chase with his facial expressions throughout the entire film. He's constantly just everything he says with his face as much as he says it with his mouth, and it just really helps you like kind of laugh with him.
Mhm. For sure.
So yeah, Christmas Vacation.
I heard you touch on the next door neighbors. What's their role here?
So his next door neighbors, basically, we don't know a whole lot about what happened leading up to the events of the film, but it starts off with him opening the Christmas tree, or no, he's pinning lights on the roof, and he falls down and lands on the gutter, and when he pulls it out, gutter shoots down and smashes through their window and breaks through their window and shatters their piano and their recording equipment and whatever. And so basically the entire time it's just stuff that he's doing is resulting in damage to their house. and it's just over and over and over. It keeps happening to them, and every time they try confronting him about it, something else happens. So every time they pop up on screen, you just know something funny is about to happen. So that's a really nice thing to have in there.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. Sounds like a good movie. Maybe I'll have to check it out because I've never seen it myself at all.
It is a good one.
Yeah. I think I caught the tail end of some movie of Danny DeVito. Something of his neighbors. I don't know. It was decent. Anyway, so thank you, Tim, for your movie. And
yes, sir.
Yeah, this is the end of this segment, and let's just say let's go into what we're gonna do next week. Next week, Christmas podcast. As we talked about, we're going to be wearing our hats the whole time. Very minor. We're gonna see if we're available for Christmas, but plan on Wednesday morning. We will be doing Frozen on Broadway as our main topic segment. Yeah.
Gotta stay in the Christmas vibe, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, we do. And there's nothing more Christmassy than just let it go into Frozen, which sadly closed on Broadway at the St. James Theater. But maybe what if it's to make room for a brand new Frozen, Frozen 2? I mean, it would be a good idea, not gonna lie. Although I don't think Broadway shows have ever gotten a sequel, more revival. But we'll see.
Honestly, yeah, you don't really hear about that ever, do you?
I'm not sure. No, I'm not sure if I mentioned this earlier or if I mentioned this pre podcast, but the Prom came out on Netflix, and that it could be an idea for either a sub segment or another main cast segment for another podcast. I mean, we could talk that out after the podcast and then get this scheduled so we can have another week up, and we're just scheduled in advance and we're all good and set.
Absolutely. Although I will say, some of the stuff, I feel like it should stay a little bit more behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Not necessarily enticing our viewers to knowing what content they're going to have prepared for them.
I mean, right, but if we scheduled this before, our viewers would see that the Prom would be on the thumbnail.
Right.
In that case. So we're not going farther than that. I mean, I don't think anyone actually cares because it doesn't pop up unless you search my channel or go into the podcast playlist. So, I mean, I could be wrong, but who knows? We're just letting you know. I mean, for all we know, no one made it to the end here, even though StreamYard says 3 people are watching our podcast, which is probably my mom, Mr. Krydos, and someone else. Yeah. So, hi, people, if I'm correct with that.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add to our podcast here?
No, I'm pretty content with the way that this went. I feel like we had a lot of strong analysis on our films and definitely gave our viewers something to watch. So
for sure. I think we are set for this episode. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you tune in next week. It is scheduled, so if we change time up, it will still be scheduled to the right time. So go check that out, and yeah, just go check it out and make sure to see what it is. If you want to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Skyxx148. Timber, you go plug your stuff.
On YouTube, my YouTube channel is just it's space Timber, and Twitch Timber777.
Awesome. And on Twitch, me and Tim have recently been streaming our Planet Coaster stuff, checking out coasters. So if you would like, go follow him on Twitch and go follow me on Twitch at RealSkyxx148 and turn on your notifications, because you don't know, maybe we'll go live and you could check out our coaster, and maybe we'll do a live stream and post it in public. Well, I mean, we'll see how it goes.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's pretty much all we have for this podcast episode. Thank you so much for tuning in, and other than that, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.